I wanted to compare the XL20 and Kltr when used with Charon. Now, you might be wondering why Charon is relevant here. Well, many of you suggested pairing Charon with Kltr due to its astounding 8,235 bayonet damage. Intrigued by this recommendation, I decided to give it a try, and I was genuinely amazed. Both of these guns proved to be beneficial for a low-level Charon. However, there are noticeable flaws and advantages with both of these loadouts, so let's dive into the details. Firstly, the XL20 has only 2 bullets, so it's crucial to be highly attentive to your surroundings before becoming visible. Once you make your first kill, you won't be able to go invisible again unless you have maxed Charon. Shout out to my brother Pure for sharing his max Charon clips with us, and for the rest of us who have lower level Charon, then you'll have to find new ways to maneuver away or secure additional kills. The Kltr operates in a similar time-sensitive manner, but it provides more kill opportunities along with its better mobility. With proper execution, you can eliminate multiple players using the Kltr. Make sure to have these talents equipped on Charon, as they are highly beneficial for each respective guns. In the case of the Kltr, the 5th talent for melee damage is essential to boost the bayonet's damage to a whopping 8,000. As for the XL20, the fire rate talent is necessary to increase your shooting speed. This ability proves to be extremely valuable when reappearing with the aim of swiftly eliminating your target. The XL20 possesses greater firepower, allowing for quick elimination of enemies through shooting. On the other hand, the Kltr may take longer to eliminate opponents solely through shooting. However, the damage inflicted by the Kltr's bayonet surpasses both the melee and bullet damage of the XL20. I discovered that using the Kltr proved advantageous, as others wielding the XL20 would often pursue me without success. The Kltr's exceptional speed in maneuvering made a significant difference. Ultimately, I ended up successfully eliminating most of my adversaries. Both of these guns excel against different operators. For instance, the Kltr proves highly effective against almost all operators, with the exception of Zloy, Moses, and occasionally Snek. When facing Zloy, it takes several swipes to bring them down, typically around 3. Moses poses a challenge as well, with just 1 swipe, forcing you to retreat. In most cases, you can escape from operators wielding the XL20, unless they have the adrenaline in their loadout. Lastly, a fully upgraded Snek with maximum health talents can pose problems for the Kltr's bayonet, as the 8,000 melee damage doesn't ensure an immediate kill. The Kltr is really good at taking down a fully upgraded Chen-Li. It's fun to use because it makes the other player's weapons weaker. The XL20 can't completely defeat a maxed out Chen-Li, but it can still do some damage. It's good against Zloy too, as long as you can quickly take them out without being seen. But if Zloy uses a smoke, neither gun will help you. That's when it's important to work with your team or use different weapons. I like to use Smart Bomb because it can hurt enemies even in a smoke screen. Adrenaline isn't necessary for the Kltr, but it might be helpful for the XL20. Still, you should try using other weapons instead of relying on adrenaline. I upgraded and used the taser with both guns, and it was really useful. It's satisfying to stun enemies with the taser, and it can prevent them from escaping or chasing you. If you have a maxed out Charon, it can make a big difference in gameplay. My friend Pure shared some clips of using both guns with a max Charon, and it's really cool because you can turn invisible after each kill. I'll include Pure's games in the gameplay section of my video like usual, so if you want to see how it's done, be sure to watch. Using Smart Bomb with both of these guns is a smart strategy because it gives you the option to either push enemies away or distract them while you make your escape. This works especially well for lower-level Charon operators who may not have as many useful loadouts available. EMP is also an underrated option, and I found it particularly effective when paired with Charon. However, it's not as useful when playing solo against 1 or 2 enemies, and is better suited for full squad play when breaking down MDs, mines, and other operator loadouts. Interestingly, each of these guns has its strengths and weaknesses against different types of enemies. For example, Kltr is great for taking out Max Chen-Li, but XL20 struggles against her. While XL20 can easily take out Zloy-type operators, but then Kltr may struggle against them. Of course, these are just my personal experiences, and everyone's gameplay style may vary among players. I think both of these guns are genuinely fun to use, but it's important to handle them with care. You need to be aware that there are numerous things that could ruin your game, regardless of which gun you use. However, I've also learned that the more you play with one loadout, the better you get regardless of your surroundings. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy, Pure, for helping me with his amazing video content of his Max Charon. I hope you all get a chance to watch that later in the video because they're truly entertaining. Secondly, I want to express my gratitude to the channel supporters because you guys have kept me motivated to continue creating content, so thank you. Lastly, I hope that, like the XL20 and Kltr, you don't have to choose between one or the other. When it comes to liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to this channel, feel free to support all if you would like. I would appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of the video.